laning phase definitely can be a struggle. Again, though, Orianna is a champion. If you burn her flash, there's a lot of setup for assassins to really punish her for that. So we'll see how the mid lane matchup plays out. Play for, and that's where mistakes happen. And so that's going to be this window where both teams need to focus and make sure they're thinking very clearly about what they want to do in the next steps, and they don't overstep and make sure they give that opportunity to force it.
You could force Baron at 20 minutes.
Now, is on 113, hovering around top lane here.
Oh, 113 is going to go in with the paranoia. Flash away from Lot. The fear still should connect here, but Isma's on his way across. Has that impale. 113 down, as is Lot. Now Isma trying to trade in with Irrelevant, but Irrelevant has no flash to follow up. Perfect execution from Jackies. Has to flash away after using that ultimate. Uses the R2 to escape across the wall. So flashes exchanged in mid, a top lane and a jungler exchanged in top.
Action kicking off now across the rift.
Make sure Nuke gets towards that second item in a timely manner.
And I'm looking at 113 here.
Oh, paranoia going in. There's the chase. Flash away from Noah into the CC from Ice. The curtains open immediately. 113 closes them on Noah. That's the risk when you're playing against a Jhin and a Nocturne. Irrelevant going in here as well. The equalizer on the wrong side from Lot. Irrelevant not tanking it at all. Lot has no flash. Irrelevant needs 2 more autos, but the scrap shield's enough to keep Lot alive. Meanwhile, Paris caught out down towards the bottom side, pops the quickness, and dashes away to Nuke.
Now Jackies ends up getting out of the build. Last time things didn't quite work out the way that he wanted. So far, this Dragon is going to go uncontested, so BDS conceding a decent amount here in the early game. I think GX is playing around the map very well.
113 is pathing up towards the top side. Jhin comes across, wards it out, and then 113 immediately starts to back away. Vision down towards that bottom side as well, but you can't back away from this. The paranoia into Shockwave. Noah, no vision would have saved him there. Lot down to half HP. Isma stepping forward as well. Jhin coming in from the side, but no real follow-up, no real damage here right now for Giant-X. They're continuing to poke and prod and land the suppression onto Paris. There's the Impale as well. They'll pull him back. The quickness doesn't really come off in time with that grand entrance. BDS still looking for a little bit more, but it's pretty scatter shot here, Betty.
Ends up being a 1-for-1 as Paris overstays his welcome, but Noah, there was very little he could do. Both teams still sizing each other up in the river.
Flash, headbutt, pulverize, equalizer, Nuke flashes across the wall, and here's Akali to chase him down. Jackies gets one, Ice the next target as they dash away upheaval. Just Jackies in the mid lane and Lot on the top side. 113 has been able to get himself ahead. You know, he's got 2 of those 3 kills for BDS as Jhin is caught out just a smidge. Shockwave's going to bring him back. Unbreakable will not available to the Alistar now as Lot comes in from the side, but can't really protect Jhin from Nuke. BDS get another on the board.
Let's play there from Jhin as he gets caught out. Nuke getting some much needed gold as Jackies now finds himself in a side lane against Irrelevant. Overall, while the clearly proving its worth there as he keeps Nuke alive, but you're seeing the threat that this Akali can provide onto the Orianna. Why it's going to be that much harder in a side lane. Jackie's obviously off to a fantastic start in this game, and he's only going to become more problematic as the game continues. The Herald now dropped into mid lane as GX want to keep the pressure up. They secure the bot tier 1. They're going to open up the mid tier 1 soon. They're likely going to put themselves in a fantastic map state ready for the oncoming Dragon in about a minute's time as well. If they can secure this tower, it makes it that much easier to push in this mid wave, move into enemy jungle, set up that control, and be ready to put yourself on soul point.
Yeah, the only problem for Giant-X in the next couple of minutes is that Jackies did use his TP to get down towards that bottom side, but Noah has teleport and Lot has it, right? So you're still going to be able to answer at least some of that side lane pressure. Drake up in 40 seconds would be soul point for Giant-X if they can find it. Item and a half. It's a workable build. I just don't know at what point you have to switch away from just the masks, you know?
113 pops the ult.
Paranoia, there's the Shockwave, hits onto Lot, but he has a stopwatch. TP going onto the backline as well as Paris comes in with the quickness. There's the curtain call as well. They're trying to kill off Lot, and they'll find him first. Isma looking for Nuke, but can't quite get the damage down. Jackie's coming in from the side as well. Chases onto Irrelevant. Uses him as a quick taxi to get onto the backline and chases Ice down, but Ice with a flash, and Paris escaping as well. BDS managed to get all 5 members out alive, but there is still a Drake to be fought over. No Impale, no Chain, no Unbreakable Will. No Ultimates on the other side either. Nuke's Shockwave about halfway off its cooldown. Giant-X have the health bars and they are going to be able to secure
GX, but then Jackie's arrives. He uses his ultimate, immediately turns his attention on Paris and Ice. They're then forced to disengage. An early heal comes out from Paris to help his AD carry survive. But as we get back out onto the map, BDS set their sights on Otacon, and they're going to get it uncontested.
Yeah, because they didn't die, they were able to reset immediately and just walk their way up towards the Otacon. Giant X had to spend a little bit more time defending their position around the Drake. So it's Soul Point versus an Otacon. I think Giant X were going to get the Dragon anyway. Here comes the Shockwave Paranoia combo once again. Lot did flash away, and 113 will burn to death. Lot falls to Irrelevant. He tries to dash out, but he tanks the tower shot, and his life is forfeit. Good dodge on the Impale. Into the Chain of Corruption, cleanse away by Ice. Paris distracting everyone, should be able to dodge away himself. Jackie's TP up in about 10 seconds time, but all the while he's just pushing that tier 2 in bot lane.
It's still a 2-for-1 in favor of Giant X, as Lot was able to find a very nice outplay, and by that I mean he threw his ultimate down and then he started burning everything around him. 113 was not tanky enough to weather the damage, and the arrival of Jun to just provide that extra bit of CC, helping set up for a double kill in favor of Lot. And looks like Jackie's is actually going to secure that tower as well, so just buying time. He knows that he has the mobility to use Nuke to get away, but we immediately return to the map state. GX looking to chip away at Paris' HP bar.
Lot going in. Remember, doesn't have the flash. Grand entrance into the Shockwave, but pops the Zhonya's in time, and now 113 is being held down on by Noah. Lot putting the damage back down with the equalizer, and Lot gets the kill on the enemy Nocturne. Irrelevant has been pushing bot this entire time. Should be able to take that tower down. BDS don't know for sure that this has been started. Irrelevant, no Mega Gnar bar for him. Nuke taking a chunk. Dragon down to 7,000. Paris still stepping forward. Giant X playing in the darkness. Jun goes in. 113 flashes away. As there's the Paranoia. Equalizer to separate the team. 113 going in, looking for the smite. Lands it. No soul for Giant X, but perhaps the fight. A great Gnar into the wall. Locks Jackie's against it. Jun going in as well, but he's sure to fall. Flash, Impale from Isma, and Noah untouched so far. Lot falling lower, has the Zhonya's. Buys himself a second. Isma slams Paris into the wall, who gets the grand entrance, but no grand exit for him. The fight goes in Giant X's favor as Noah finds the final shot through the heart of Nuke. The Drake secured for BDS, but the fight in favor of Giant X.
It's a huge team fight win for GX. Too much of a risk, and instead wait for the next Dragon to spawn in about a minute and a half. Remember that we're still waiting to see that shotgun, and here it is.
There's the Shockwave, the shotgun combo, and there's the curtains. The close quickly shut on Noah. 113 pulled back underneath the tower. He's going to die as well. So it's a 1-for-1 exchange. Jungler for AD carry. As BDS do find the shotgun, but only had one bullet in it, Betty.
Yeah, that is the risk of the composition, but they do take out Noah. He did have some huge value in the last team fight, but then Jackie's picking up that kill is only going to put this Akali even further ahead. 1-for-1 is not the ideal situation for BDS, given that it's GX that are pushing in these lanes, getting more control over the map. I like the vision coverage that BDS currently have over the bot side of the map, ready for the Dragon, because GX now have to invest their resources into clearing out all of this vision, which they're setting their sights on doing now. Paris doing what he can to still provide some information for his team. They haven't spotted this control ward still. Now it's BDS that once again finds themselves on the back foot.
Jackie's TPing for a flank position here towards the top side as well. Jun gonna get knocked up. There's the equalizer down. Jackie's trying to get in. Irrelevant about to go Mega Gnar here. Will get the Gnar back, but only onto Isma. Locks a lot against the wall, but not real too much. Follow up. There's the Shockwave and the quickness combination. We kept thinking about the Paranoia and forgot about the quickness. Lot flame spitters Irrelevant down, flashes away himself. 113 on the chase now as Lot goes into the overheat and burns through 113. Isma across the wall is now in the middle of 4. Lands the Impale but dies for it. BDS fight back. Only Noah left standing. Paranoia will get rid of the Edge of Night, and in goes 113 again. It's curtains for Noah. A great fight for BDS.
It's an ace for BDS out of nowhere in a map state where it felt like GX was riding the momentum, making it impossible for BDS.
And had just used his teleport from the fountain to the mid lane, so Giant X will just immediately start this up. 113 has the Paranoia, and we have the Shockwave. I'm going to call it the dishwasher, Betty, because it spins, it's dark, and you get rinsed if it hits you. We'll see if they want to use that combo, if they can use it effectively. Jackie's on a good flank position. Now there's a little bit of vision in the pit. Paris puts a ward in. They know it's being done. Jun looking for the Hex Flash. Irrelevant's worked his way up from the bot side. Baron has been stopped. The Impale going in as well as they try and lock up 113, who will die. Everything in darkness for the moment now. We pop back into sight. Paris looking for that engage, can't find it. BDS will play around the mid lane prio for now. Baron being pinged by GiantX. They want to start it again. Jackie still has that flank position and has his ultimate, that perfect execution available to him. It's the only ultimate available to all of GiantX. A quickness, a shockwave from Paris and Nuke could quite quickly kill off GiantX. There's the curtain call. Jackie's still unable to find a way on towards the backline. Paris stepping forward, Baron secured. Jackie's goes in, immediately knocked up and stunned with the quickness, but Jackie's finds one. It's Nuke dead on the backline. Ice trying to open up. He'll take down Lot. Irrelevant about to go mega, but Ice is so far away. Can they re-engage? Noah at half HP. Chain of Corruption buffered out by Irrelevant, but good poke onto him means that he's walking away wounded. And Giant...
ADA this game, finding a way to avoid death. He's level 18, 365 CS as well. His positioning is so reliable, and he has often been the consistent carry for this BDS roster. Let's see if he can turn this game around for his team. The ball is on 113.
113, there's the shockwave onto Jackie's equalizer, goes a mile wide. Irrelevant able to dodge away from it, has the teleport as well. Jackie's down to about a third HP. BDS still looking to get some purchase on a location in this river. TP coming out from Irrelevant.
Problem is, BDS, they've got no ammo. They can't reload. They've used the ultis now. That one-shot potential is gone. Jackie's will return to the fray. Irrelevant face checks Lot.
Irrelevant has to jump away. There's the Zhonya's out of Lot. That's big. Nuke from the side. Lot has to flash away. 7,000 HP. Now on the Drake. 113 looking for that steal again. Doesn't have the flash. The curtain's open. Jackie's can get on towards the back line here. Drake secured. It's Infernal Soul. The quickness comes out. And Jackie's falls twice. BDS. Although they've lost the Drake, they've lost the Soul. Maybe they can win the fight. Ice stepping forward again. There's a double for the Jin. Yesterday it was 4. There's 3. Make it more for BDS. Only Isma and Noah left alive as Ice continues to chase, but probably doesn't have the range to catch up with Noah.
BDS find another successful fight. Even though their initial burst combo doesn't really gain them much, in the extended trade they're able to turn things around. So much credit needs to be given to Paris. The quick reactions to chains. You see Jackie's coming in from the flank meant that Jackie's was null and void before he could really do anything. BDS now with the numbers advantage set their sights on the bot lane tower, and they're looking to stay relevant in this game 1.
Probably just 2 tier 2s for BDS off this though. You can see Paris should be able to collect the local gold from that mid lane tower falling. So BDS take a gold lead, but...
And now we're just building towards the Baron.
I think for BDS, a single player making sure they press tab and ping the fact that Noah has a Zhonya's as well could change the outlook of this fight, because so often you just go on the AD carry and think, oh, we can burst him, right? Here, he's got Edge of Night, he's got the Zhonya's. If you go for him, the team is immediately going to collapse on you, and you're not going to kill off that Varus. You can see the poke he's doing with the piercing arrow and the Infernal. Flash forward, there's the equalizer onto Nuke, and Jackie's immediately on the backline. Shockwave has to be used to try and disengage. Paris flies in once again with the quickness, but Jackie's is having none of it. He'll get the kill. It's a 1-for-1 exchange as both the mid laners fall.
Jackie's was committed for at the very least getting his one. He will secure the kill onto Nuke, but he had to invest everything to get it. Now, with both mid laners gone, Irrelevant will TP back into the fight. But what's he really TPing for? 113 doesn't have the HP to really go for any more of a fight. His ultimate is unavailable. The poke connects.
Cell shield down as well now for 113. He's going to have to go back into his jungle to try and heal up some of that HP. In fact, just going to go for the recall. Isma constantly poking across the wall there. Paris looking for the engage. Jun goes in onto Irrelevant. Headbutt pulverize. Irrelevant about to go mega, but 113 is a mile away. Doesn't have that paranoia back up. Baron available to both teams. Jackie's has TP in 15, as does Nuke. Their respawn timers basically equal between the two of them now.
Medjai's, unfortunately for Nuke, not really getting a huge amount of value.
It's the Medjai's curse, man. You buy it, you have to immediately die. It's just the way it works.
Down to 2 stacks. BDS gain position over the Baron after GX need to commit some resets. Ward's now replenished by Jun, but Paris is basically out.
Oh, this is really good positioning from Paris. If he can find something sneaky here, Noah's going to check the bush, though. Paris pops the quickness. 113 looking for the engage, but Paris is already down. Could have jumped across the wall, decided not to do it. Jackie's dives in, Jackie's dives for it! A 1-for-1 exchange. Just 2 players getting caught.
This late into the game, you can't be trying to make those Elder getting lower and lower, and BDS can't find a way into the river.
And 113 doesn't have a quick route in either, because that paranoia is still not off cooldown. Curtains open, Irrelevant looking for it. Equalizer onto ice. He has to step off. 113 trying to get close, but the Impale will lock him up, and there's the Elder Drake over to Giant X. And with how close the fights have been, you have to feel this is the opportunity for Giant X to really win things out. They find 2, they'll turn their eyes instead of the fight towards the Baron. And that might just be the final nail in the coffin for BDS.
It's been an intense back and forth between the two Elder and Baron.
But not of Atakan, Betty.
While that is true, I don't think they care. They'll set their sights on the first inhibitor tower of the game.
Yeah, they have two waves left of the Elder Dragon buff, so they want to try and escort these minions in, keep them alive as long as they can, because otherwise it becomes hard to really force into BDS's base.
Only committing onto this lane though, you look across the minimap and those wave states are not ideal. This could be great for BDS to stall things out.
42 seconds before the Elder expires. Equalizer does clip onto Irrelevant. Nuke has to flash away. Irrelevant trying to get towards the Mega, but the wave coming in with the Equalizer splitting BDS up. There's a shockwave onto Jackie's. He manages to dash away. Paris trying to survive. Gets impaled. It's 2 members in there. Irrelevant yeeted back, and all he can do is get Giant X closer to his Nexus. In a 46-minute slugfest, Giant X will go 1-0 up.
With so much on the line. But I cannot remember who the player was.
I'll find out for you, Betty.
Instincts want to say it was Hands, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, they're going to pair Ice up with the Paris on Rel, so they're going to get a little bit more.
A level away, and Lot doesn't have teleport, so he won't be able to join a fight if it does begin, and obviously Stand United from Irrelevant will let him get across there quicker. Jun here, almost permafrosted, steps forward. Ice coming in from the bottom side of the fight around that Drake. Isma should just be able to smite this one, and then Bolt Breaker over the wall. Flash forward from Paris, cleanse away from Noah, and now Paris is on the wrong side of the rift, and Nuke slides in with the Emperor's Divine fights too. Jack is the first fall, and Jun ignited as well as the Stand United comes in to save Paris. They will manage to do so. Jun dies. Ice is the one to pick up the kill. BDS with a good glide in from Nuke.
You can see both Irrelevant and Ice basing
Jackie's might be dead. Because 113 comes across. There's the Glacial Prison. There's the follow-up. Jackie's is dead. Didn't respect the fact that BDS could collapse. Paris will survive with the crash down shield. Minion auto attack, not enough to finish him off. But the rock surfing obviously gives him a little bit more movement speed. He does want to just run his way down there instead. Nuke now, the one in the fog of war. Jun on the front line. There's the TP in as Jackie's is going to join the play. Paris goes forward. Isma dashing in onto him, and Noah will pick up the kill. Giant X on the board. Should be able to take the Drake as well.
Bit of a disconnect there from BDS as Paris goes in as 113 is dashing out.
Yep.
Paris was ready to follow up on that engage. Didn't quite tick over to level 6, which would have been a valuable ultimate to have in that enclosed space. But remember, Nuke, he was walking down rather than threatening to TP. While they do get that TP out from Jackie's, ultimately GX secure themselves their first kill of the game, and they're going to get another Dragon as well. So GX, even though they find themselves down in kills, the gold is largely even. I think a lot of that is because of the top lane difference, but in terms of Advice, knowing that Jackie's doesn't have the TP and they have no intention of using the TP in the immediate future.
I get that.
So I think it's like a combination of both, where if they want anyone to lose gold, they'd rather have Irrelevant. And
Cease and desist Irrelevant flashes underneath the tower. There's the hook, follow up into the seismic shove. The Unraveled Earth doing work here as Irrelevant doesn't get an opportunity to move. Jun gets the kill. Meanwhile, BDS are pushing mid and bot. Noah forced away from the tower. BDS don't have the grubs on their side, so we'll only be able to pick up 2.
GX slowly but surely getting into a much better position here in game 2.
I mean, a few minutes ago it was blue at the top of the scoreboard and then red, 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 red. And now it's going to swing into blue, 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 1 red, 1 blue, right? It's importantly, there's a Stand United available to Irrelevant. Teleport is up for Lot, so Lot's going to jump in and constantly try and trade on Irrelevant here. Just get him low enough that if he does get in with the Stand United, he might fall pretty sharpish afterwards. Looks like Lot is going to base. Already has that Triforce complete. Jackie's with a seismic shove onto Paris. The Hex Flash forward. And Paris is down before the Stand United can even be used. Giant X now. Once again, eyes on the prize. This objective will be theirs.
It's another will be able to I think they're hoping to complete those second items. You can see Jackie's is so close to the Leandries. If you can get that ahead of the next fight, you'd be in a great position. That'd be a lovely spike to fight on. Noah in a similar vein.
Drake up in 10 seconds time. It's Hex Soul for Giant-X as well. They'll be very happy with that. There was a risk, it was Chem, and that I think would have put a little bit of a spanner in the works for them. Riftherald now beginning her charge down this mid lane. No one in the bot side for BDS answering the push from Irrelevant. Nuke up towards the top side. Lot goes in with the counter-strike. Another hook's going to go down. There's the Stand United. Depth charge, though. Follow-up, and 113's already down. Irrelevant dashes in with the taunt, but he's locked up for days again, and he's forced away with the culling. BDS have lost their jungle, and Giant-X to just walk away.
GX, they get the tower, they get the kill. That makes securing the... I don't know what happened to them in Madrid, but they have definitely continued to ramp up. While there's definitely a few mistakes in the mid-game, this is not the same GX that we saw at the beginning of Spring.
Oh, this early game is so much better than what we've come to expect from them. On average, they are 500 gold behind at the 15-minute mark. They don't usually take the first tower. They don't usually get first blood. They don't usually win when they're ahead. And Jackie's is not usually caught out on a side lane. He's going to die to Irrelevant. Meanwhile, on the top side, Lot has been caught out by Paris and Nuke. And just as we praise them, Giant-X begin to fall apart. Isma chasing 113 down here. Vault Breaker in. Jun looking for the dredge line, but 113 steps to the side of it. BDS are going to get a lot on the map while this chase continues.
And as we enter the mid-game is when we start to see the chaos unfold. BDS, typically a pretty wise macro team. We think back to last year when Nuke and the original BDS roster was playing around the map.
Bunan's complete. Otacon has spawned at that 20-minute mark. Giant-X have set up a little bit of vision around this, but Jun doesn't have as much vision as he'd like. Stunned up with the permafrost. There's the chase to continue. Paris looking for the engage. Jun flashes away. Can't get to the honey fruit, can't get to any extra HP, so he's just going to have to use the Hex Gates to get back out of base. No vision now for Giant-X. Around there, Ice caught out with a cease and desist, though. Stand United immediately coming in. Lightning crash, and Flash gets him out just about alive. The taunt in by Irrelevant onto Isma. Jackie's chasing forward here, and Lot coming in from the side as well. Vault Breaker charged by Isma. Magnet Storm onto Noah. Isma flashes away. 113 falls first, and Jackie's on the chase. Another counter-strike, a double stun. Noah dashes forward, cleanses away from Paris' knockup. Immediately, Irrelevant's down as well. Paris able to walk away. And Ice coming back out of base sees his team in tatters.
GX convert that small skirmish into a massive team fight win, killing multiple BDS members and converting it into an Otacon. The collapse was swift from GX as Ice did everything he could.
Available in the entire game. 113 and Nuke have theirs. The Emperor's Divide, the Glacial Prism, both up as well. Ultimate's coming up on either team just in time for this fight. The seismic shot back onto Paris. He tries to jump away. The counter-strike finds two again, and 113 has to flash the wall and pops the Glacial Prison as well. Lot on the backline. Isma going in. Lot dives forward. Depth charge. Nuke's going to fall first. Lot's on the chase. Another seismic shove connects. And Giant-X just wipe away BDS.
Things are so quickly falling apart for BDS as GX go from one good fight into another. That is an ace in favor of Giants. And now with 12-6 in kills with the Dragon available, they're looking to secure the melted. And again, it's a situation where BDS is just disconnected on how they want to play the fight. Great target selection from Isma as he locks down Nuke. Jackie's finds a way.
Stand United available to Irrelevant. I think BDS would be hoping they have two Shens instead of just the one in this game. Lot pushes forward, looking for that Demolish Pot, pops the counter-strike again. Seismic shot back onto Paris again! And again Paris falls first! The Stand United not enough, another hook, Emperor's Divide, Lot flashes past it, Noah gets the double, there's one minion here for Giant-X. The mites won't be enough to take the tower for now, but already they've got 2 kills and it's all on Ice to try and defend.
GX are just relentless with their aggression. They're not giving BDS a window to breathe as they continue their siege. 2 quick picks into another tower. The last line of defense of BDS.
This time, you can keep their fate kind of in their own hands a little bit. Baron begun by Giant-X. BDS, one solitary ward past basically the entrances to their jungle. Unable to get any vision on it. Isma and Noah just mowing through this Baron right now. BDS will be there, but they'll be way too late. Baron secured by Giant-X. The smite comes out now. Isma was waiting to see if he needed to engage. Doesn't need to. Lane a little bit away. They'll go for the inhibitor first. BDS at some point have to pull the trigger here. I mean, you can sack 2 inhibs, but it becomes a very tricky road to walk back. Lot steps forward with the counter-strike. Irrelevant's going to dash away with the shadow dash hook. 113 going forward. There's the Magnus Storm. A great engage from BDS, but they don't have any damn damage. Ice wasn't there. He's knocked back. He'll dash away. The lightning crash not doing enough. Ice locked up. Giant X. Wipe away BDS and keep their playoff hopes alive.
In convincing fashion, they will close out this series and they will keep the playoff dreams alive as they shut down BDS.
Broken Blade, but on the other side, there's a Vladimir. Now, Dagda, we still have to wait to see which lane it goes in, but most likely top right, like Vladimir mid, has been less common than the Jace mid.
Yeah, I think it will be the top. A lot of people kind of expect it to be used as an engage tool, but in the early stages, you might as well pop it to just get to a lane faster because there's no one who can really do anything.
Even if he dies, still gets a CS. I mean, he's just picked up double Ruby Crystals, probably helped with it. Linsa says, let's dive this. And Broken Blade with only a flash up. He's going to try and Decimating Smash. Linsa's looking for the W in hands and has the damage. Broken Blade flashes away, still being tanked up now by Linsa's. He'll have to get out though and does so successfully. Wave going to be received by dead Broken Blade, but it's a first blood over.
In games that were tough for them to come into, like I think it's finally feels like Vitality are starting to crest that, but we'll have to see if they can.
They have to in this fight at least. Soulflare comes through. Linsa's is blown apart. Doesn't even get to play the team fight. Niski with the Unbreakable Will, the ulti negated by Kazi. A great version of him popping into the feathers, but a Decimating Smash sets up to put him sky high. Cap doesn't get anything with the ulti himself, or rather the shove. Niski's just flashed away. Everything from Vitality lost. Broken Blade looks caught out here, but he won't die.
The Dragon's the task, but Dragon still about 20 seconds off, so you're not going to be able to pick that up. And you do burn some crucial summoner spells, but Nako got to get some control over the top side and push in. Didn't quite get the places.
Oh, Emo Blade comes through. Broken Blade, the Hollow Radiance is doing work, and now Caps is going to do the same too. He's traversed up to the top lane to be a nuisance, and Nako seismic shove just out of time at the Sanguine pull. He gets away.
This is what G2 have to do though, make this counter punch on the opposite side, because Dragon is going down for Vitality.
Big. And again, I mean, that Dragon, thought of it, shove, flash, Nako's alive, but for how much longer? The Avengers are here! Dun, 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 dun. There's 4 of them! And Hawkeye's not really even a superhero like G2. Smack him down, they're gonna get plating, as you said, for the Dragon. Now it's starting to be more worth.
Yeah, they needed to start making these plays, and it's a good call from G2. They knew they couldn't really contest on towards Dragon with the teleport advantage that Vitality had, although not on Nako, I will say, but still, nice plays from G2. Tower won't quite go down, but they're still getting a lot of gold on towards Caps.
That's big. I mean, Caps this game so far.
Big too.
Set up performance, you're right. Maybe go again, but Chayak has got Niski to cover, but the turret is almost dead. They're going to have to abandon ship. Vitality let it go. First turret at 12 minutes, 50 seconds. Very early into the game. G2 with the feats of warfare, or I mean the feats all
back
around.
to mid lane, because they think that's probably where the plays happen, because there's a Rift Herald in the pocket of Skewmon. So you either cover mid, or you lose bot, or you cover bot and lose mid. Like, there is no winning here as Niski...
So ulti cleanses as well. The IKEA bucket hat would come in clutch there, if only Kazi knew. Because now mid is just open for G2.
Oh, he's gonna be...
Oh, good sidestep from Kazi. He survives, but this might be a double turret. Herald will smash this wide open.
Yeah, but it is a bit of a self-made problem by Kazi there, because he ends up walking into range of Caps' seismic shove, and now G2 walking in range of Linsa's, but can't really get in. Niski.
Oh, pops the ulti though as Linsa's goes in. Vitality are not all here together. Niski will engage, but he will surely die. The Unbreakable will break nothing against G2. Skewmon with a double. The Enno's going to go down, and G2 are, yes, one down.
Right, but yeah, Dragon will be taken by G2, but I was keeping my eyes on, like, as you can see on the minimap, like, what Chayak and what Kazi were up to, but they didn't actually try to move up towards that top side. I thought that would have been the attempt at a trade, especially when Linsa's has the level 6, but Broken Blade, without that extra help, just clears out the way.
But after the Hylissang introduction, well, I shouldn't say introduction, it's Kazi. We're going to pause on that one, might be caught out. Shove back. He doesn't get to ulti, and Niski is just going to die where he stands. This Vi is not hungry because he's overeating. 6-0. Every kill but one over to him. It is the Skewmon carry show.
Kazi getting caught out for a second time there.
Linsa's.
Linsa's.
He's face checking. You have no business being here. Where is the vitality we were hyped for? Because G2 are putting them somewhere in their place.
Yeah, I don't know what you lads are up to, but it's not looking pretty. Just getting caught out over and over, trying to find something back on plays that have already gone out of control, and then Nako in a similar position.
Won't be able to 1v3. I mean, this fight will blast him. Caps finally gets a kill, or rather he got one before. It's a second. But G2 5-0, making this look like a stomp in game one. It might only be...
I mean, look, we can hit on Vitality for the mistakes that they're making, but G2 are playing this exception.
They're clean. Cap steps up though. Dagda goes golden, maybe still clean enough. There's help from Lenses, but Cap slashes towards Skumon. Niski can't get away from him. Instead, gets shoved backwards. Long range damage from Han Summer, who's not even nearby. He starts walking up as Chike is getting kited away, flashes away. Caps will live to stay on the day. Artican now thought about as G2 have a numbers advantage, and you can see that Vitality want to poke out, they want to prod, they want to fight, but they're not going to get the chance. Nako goes into the pool, but now there's a wall in the way. He flashes over, but the disengage is not enough. Brought back in. G2 are going to continue adding the spice.
They tried so hard to get Caps, but it meant nothing. They were left empty-handed, whereas G2, they're walking away with a massive bouquet of flowers.
Well,
so
Madrid...
difficult to make a play, even if you go boss.
Yeah.
And Sama is so difficult to lock down. So, like, how do you make anything happen?
You're right. Again, there's so much mobility, there's so much disengage. I feel like for G2, you know, this comp Dagda, we talked a lot about how their conditions need to rely on maybe finding a lead, escalating quickly. Because Vitality, there's a lot of scaling on that comp. There's frontline, there's good disengage, maybe some kind of front to back and pause quickly, but Broken Blade will not. He wants the Raptors, he'll stand there and contest, but Linces ends up getting it while they're playing topside, but bot is where the Dragon is. I guess Vitality know there is no way they're getting anywhere near this.
See, the problem is there's 4 members of G2 that were on the bottom side of the map, but Broken Blade exists on the top side of the map. You know when you need to shop.
It's got a TV. You know people have TVs in their fridge?
That feels unnecessary.
You can watch Twitch, but then what's the point? Because if you open the fridge, you can't see. So you got to look to the side. You're like, but how do I get my milk and watch the LEC at the same time? Good questions to ask us, LeBron. He takes this engage, but Caps' wall again does well. In a choke, you'd say it's great, but look at the knock-up galore! I feel like I'm at my 6th birthday party again. Bounce, Vitality, bounce! It's so much fun, but they're crying! They just want to get out of this wild, wild engagement as Triac getting at ulti, knocked around as well. It's bullying, but there's no parents to help them.
The clouds are running wild at the birthday party. Try to go on LeBron, but honestly, Leona incredibly tanky at this stage. She's not going to happen, boss.
Linces, I appreciate it. I respect it. The shield's up, but he's dead. I mean, he has to flip the game. It's a 10k gold disadvantage, and the Vitality jungler.
We got to see it from G2, but today, they really do feel alive.
It's nice to see. I mean, look, a lot of people are getting excited because they're like, oh, we don't know where G2's at, and that makes the league more exciting. It's more competitive. But they remind you that you still have to step up to the plate. Don't get lazy. Don't get complacent, whatever the word is, Dagda. You know you just can't settle back. G2, and it's only game 1, but it is an exceptional game at that. Vitality on their last legs at 26 minutes into the game. It feels like we might be looking towards a quick night if this continues as Vitality. We won't be able to stop any of the backs here either. Nothing up for a while, but double inhibitor down. And 12,000 gold lead for G2. Mobility that comes from Caps. Always a moment's notice, he'll be there. Hunsummer jumps in, and look, Kazi's caught out. That's one mystic shot. Combination, the feathers are great, but he's dead. 8 kills for this Vi jungle, and 1 more down for Vitality. Yep, that's away into the base.
Hey, that's the 80 carry gone again. So Vitality down a man, and you've still got Chayek pushed in the bot line. So G2 gonna just destroy this turret.
G2's death may have been grossly exaggerated.
Just a smidge, maybe.
You know, GB not only didn't get $100 yesterday, he's also now sweating a bit. I see you, GB. You're telling me that G2 won't make playoffs. I don't know about that. This game is giving me a lot of hope. Broken Blade just runs into 2 turrets, and look at the engage. Who's going to die from G2, if anyone? I think you know the answer already. Nako can't even transfuse his own blood into a saving grace. G2, that was up.
And I think they have those options available to them quite early into the game. You know, Ari, Jhin, Nautilus all get to make plays very early into it. Vitality, they have succeeded with hard-to-play compositions before. I think this classifies as one of them.
Nefiri last week, but boy, oh boy, Linces has got his work cut out for him today with all 3 lanes.
Yeah. Niski? Nope.
Yeah, he's gone for a roam, but it might work out. Actually, the bailout is there on Caps, but as he walks away, he doesn't die, doesn't need it. Skewmon gets the range, and Wind becomes first blood.
And now Linces' job just got significantly more difficult. That's a good turnaround by G2. Especially with Niski not having flash. Maybe it will be back up in time, but I don't think it will be. For this like early threat on top side.
Nice charm. Linces is here. Caps up against Torrent. It's 1 bleed. It's the second. And the dogs will do the rest. Linces, great gate timer.
He just don't miss. Managing to hit it. And now on the opposite side, trying to get some trade back, but Hansama getting that Guardian, able to trade effectively in return. And both junglers now starting to make their way up towards his top side.
Great trade. Q comes up for Hansama. Niski almost died. Really clean stuff from Hans, and Kazi now respecting that as well, as Linces might be here, but misses. Linces now thinking about the wave, but still, that camp is not safe. Chayek has run out of ulti as well. Caps is zoning off. What mid lane is fighting out. Look at Linces. Look at Skewmon. He's obviously winning here on the Zins out. Gets the camps as well. Vitality have to back off and pay respect while Broken Blade looks for the demolition. Wants Nucko. The burst of flash. Father begets son.
How could you do this to him? He was supposed to be the one. But really well played by Broken.
Vitality trying to punch back while Linces does his first dragon of the game. No grubs were actually taken, and Skewmon's going to finish them off right now. The 3 grubs versus the dragon is the handshake deal, but I once again see Skewmon with an early gold lead, and even more so, Broken Blade with a lead.
Spots were not hitting for Nucko whatsoever, no. And now you've got multiple members from Vitality down here to try and punish Broken Blade.
In the demolish, now looking for a way out. The World Ender's in, sidestep up, Broken Blade, it's clean, he tries to get out, but with the dredge line, it seems to be an impossibility. The counter-strike not getting a stun means Nucko has a sure kill. Broken Blade just wants to get to the wave, he dives, he's wasting time. But he's now out of mana. Niski's going to chase him up, you're right, but dredge line, where is it? He finds him! Niski's going to slow him down, and the delay on this back as well, Dagda.
Does Nucko get the... Nucko doesn't get anything. So it will be the TP burn from Broken Blade in the hopes to escape, but honestly, not having any killer assist go over to Nucko. And now you're just going to back away. Skewmon gets the Crab and River that we were talking about. His top side is about to spawn, so he's just getting good value out of what he's doing on the map.
Still hovering. G2 want to make it more than value. The pullback, Niski doesn't get to go anywhere. He's rooted up before he can flash over the wall. G2 toy with Niski yet again. Second death here, and Nucko gets some trade back on Broken Blade, but G2 this early game is going what you'd like as a G2 fan, as Card's going to get handshake. He cleansed a bit early, but Linces with the all-in. Invulnerable is he. Sends out the spears. Hansama though with a bailout. Gets bailed out. The curtain call will not find them all. G2, this is their day again.
It's a body block from G2 that stops Vitality.
30-minute win again, if they're not able to, I guess, kind of relinquish some of the pressure.
But the problem is, it's like, how do you try and move into check these, as Linces is about to explain for it, is you just don't have tanky members on Vitality. Like, Nautilus is not a tank at this stage. He is too far behind, doesn't have the resources he needs. And Caps, actually, though, might need her.
Yeah, depth charge. This is an opportunity. Vitality getting something back. The Spirit Rush used, and Niski gets the kill. Oh my god, Chayek committed ulti.
Look, some mid lane tendencies die hard, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
They take a while to work out of the system.
Thank god my Nautilus has got all the kills, and now he can carry his Broken Blade. He just walks it back. That's some gold back at least.
But I think this is where it just is very difficult for Vitality, because sure, okay, getting that kill will help Niski get towards that locket of the Iron Solari, but he still won't be really tanky enough to face tank into, LeBron being able to handshake him, Skewmon's damage, Hansama with the Chains of Corruption as well, and that kind of goes for everyone on Vitality. You don't have someone who can go in.
Oh my, I mean, just give him the trophy. Jesus, like that was smooth. And it's nice. You know, when Nucko was doing that only...
Even the damage profile, like Karzi going for the static shiv, means he's just not really going to be a big damage threat.
Mosquito build.
Same with Chayek.
Yeah, but there is a lot of damage from Broken Blade. He's got Trinity forces Skewmon to back him up. Niski comes in, flash dredge line, Broken Blade flashes out of the way. There's a TP coming in as well behind enemy lines. G2 about to be pincered. The new flute comes up from Skewmon. He's ready to dance.
The Brav is on the way though.
Dredge line begins. Step charge up. Broken Blade's dead. There's a reset, but Chayek has to get on out with the disengage. The curtain call after a turret shot hits Linces. The Prob there to defend. Herald helping out as well. Shelly just holding the minion wave while mid for G2 might be taken.
Yeah, Skewmon was hoping if he put down the Herald.
Even as underdogs coming into the matchup, I thought, yeah, there's a big chance that Vitality can win. G2 have really stepped up to the plate. We've said it over and over these last couple of games. They open up mid and now looking for Nucko between the cracks. But they're just going to get more control. Nucko is going to paste it back and no one nearby. So patience given, and G2 are taking all of this bot side jungle as well. But the pressure around OPLoLReplay right now is massive.
Yeah, I don't know if G2 can actually get this tower though. And it is Chayek who's going to get some pressure on the top side, but if you can force this maybe, okay.
They say, yeah, we can. Nucko World Ender, there's Hansama using his ult as well, so that's depth charge in response. Good knock up, but the hostile takeover flies and only gets the minions enraged. Vitality look for another angle. Is this their opportunity? Is this their chance? How do they teleport onto a ward? It's a flank. Vitality put their nails in the line and start putting the coffin, but whose is it? Where's the name tag? Linces at half HP, 6.5k.
Nucko trying to get the flank though. Can he make the play happen? Broken Blade in a similar position.
World Ender, but set up by Nisqy. There's the charm as well. Follow up. LeBron about to die, but here he goes. Bail out, almost coming through. Kazi jumped on Broken Blade, takes him down, but Vitality's found a couple of picks. It's a shutdown. It's a charm. It's not bad, but G2 remained on top of the dragon. Skewmon is still pretty damn strong. They get what they came for.
Vitality.
Atakan is up. There's only one. It's Thornbound, and as LeBron walks into Nucko, Vitality can't keep getting caught out. Broken Blades also run in, and Nucko at half HP, zoned out. There's a Shockwave, there's a World Ender. He can only go in, but stunned up regardless. Shockwave bursts him down. Vitality again. Caught out. Linces will jump in. An invulnerable bottom, but a flush as well. G2 all 5. Survive. Vitality, it's a counter play, but the counter punch doesn't look as good as G2 once again.
Caps' patience on the Shockwave was so good there. Constantly moving the ball, so every time Nucko tried to walk back towards his turret, he would have to walk over the orb. The potential for him to be pulled back away from the turret for safety, and it's when Nisqy actually goes in, Caps pulls the trigger, kills Nucko, and it's a picks. The fact that you can guarantee yourself at least a tiebreaker. Getting in is huge, but Nisqy
again needs to run away. Wind doesn't become lightning this time. Skewmon is deep. Nucko goes over the wall. There's the re-engage. But where is the damage? He ultis. Nucko flashes out. Chayek, it's a great angle, but Nisqy in the thick of it for now. Skewmon still not dead. Nucko doesn't have the damage, nor the reset. Caps is low. He's got a bailout. Chayek playing with it, but still not dead. Caps the shielding. It's enough, but really too much for Vitality. Every single time I'm watching this team, as the hostile takeover takes root and Linces runs into Skewmon to boot. It's G2 walking.
Damage isn't there. There's just every fight. It feels like they're trying to threaten this backline, trying to look for flanks, but they just, again, group up once more. A third dragon on the cards, and you just can't contest.
Continues. I live for
Which
the
is
applause,
worse, this or Whistle Guy?
No, the Whistle Guy, much worse. I do have a whistle here. Might bring it out tomorrow, depends on the games. It's just got to feel the vibe, you know? When we start getting crazy, we get into 50-minute games, then the whistle. Oh, boy. Oh, that's what really rings for us, doesn't it? Okay, Soul Point. Will we get a Soul in this game? G2 are looking to make this an under 1 hour series. Vitality looking for a Charm Orb of Deception. Tickles, doesn't even hit.
But Vitality don't know where Broken Blade is. He hasn't shown on a wave. Now he'll show. Actually, doesn't even on mid-wave.
They don't care. Deadly Flourish is there. We need damage. They need damage. Vitality running into Skewmon, but he gets the smite down. Meanwhile, Nucko wanted a flank, and he got one, but the whole of G2 are there waiting.
And now that's going to be Baron. I don't think he gets it. Oh, dude, charm.
Minions aren't there. It's a Mosquito build for a reason. Kazi doing nothing. At the moment, LeBron getting the dogs unleashed on him. The handshake out. Nisqy caught out. Depth charges there, but there's no follow-up. Nisqy having a rough one. 2-6-2. G2 have his number every time. The sidestepping is egregious from this team.
But it's also, again, the problem that we were talking about for Vitality of who face checks.
Yeah.
Like Nucko stepped into a brush he thought he owned and died immediately. Nisqy hasn't been able to find them. Chayek is getting chunked out by Caps. And the problem is probably enough to just stand in front of Linces right now.
He is. He walks into them. He's been doing the same thing. Charm doesn't connect, and G2 are just doing the Baron by themselves. Shockwave's still there to zone, and there you go, Baron, 9.5k gold lead. This is so easy. If they had dinner reservations, they can just go in about 5-10 minutes time.
But they got 30 seconds time until they're going to be eating good, because Infernal Soul going to be open available for them.
But you don't want to look like a wimp, so you got to sit there and eat it.
Yeah.
But you're sweating.
Tears streaming down your face.
The bib's getting dirty. Oh my god, if you don't know Hotpot, you think this is a real different activity. As Skumon's looking for the chase, Niski got caught out. He was pretty deep, looking for an angle around the Dragon, but he will not find it. Instead, his death remains. Number 7 on that is Hans Summer. Hits another target. Caps meanwhile onto Kazi. Flushes away from Linces. Run, Jin, run! But his own curtain called again as Linces has now flashed away. He's like, wait, I'm the new target. Under turret. Again, the Shockwave held until flashed. Caps is playing with this dog, and it's not even his pet.
And Jax is just working his way through the bot side as well. He chased off Chayek, he knocks back Nako, and now just may knock down this turret as well.
He's playing with them too, isn't he? Vitality, don't know what hit them here in this series so far. There's about 8-9 kills between them. Broken Blade forces out the flash from Chayek, and back into his base he goes. Double inhibitor at 31 minutes. A slower game this time as Niski's just handshake, sent back, slapped on the cheeks. Said, there, sport, as Broken Blade death charge up, but Lebrov is there, gives him the shield, jumps in, counter-strikes, cares not about his mana, flush away from Nuko, but the piercing flight, the Baron minions! Hans has your number again, and G2, it gets better. It gets better and better and better for Vitality.
God,
it gets worse and worse and worse. Hostile takeover for the zone, and Chayek is trying to find that angle again. Caps is so tempting. He's that last bit of pig's blood you just want to shove in. It looks so juicy, but Chayek running for his life because Skumon now with the chase up. Flash available. Look at the damage. Chayek is going to be into the dirt immediately, and as Skumon wastes time, G2 have shown that the tragedy of their death was very much overstated.
G2, a confident series, a needed series for both themselves and the fans. You can hear in the stands as Linces tries to go for Hansama redemption. Going to keep him topped up.
Gets close, but look, the next turrets are falling down, teleporting. G2 want to end it here and now. You thought G2 were done, you thought they were dusted, you thought they were watched, you thought Europe had different kings, again, different sides, but no. Just when you doubt them, they always find a way to come back in. Our match of the week, nah, this was a wash.